everyone. I'm Debbie and I'm a youth leader at City Church, usually based at our Bradley Stoke site. So if you haven't met me before, I'm here to do this week's youth weekly update, and share with you just a little bit about what I've been thinking about over the last week. We're a month into lockdown now, so this is it's starting to feel quite long term. I don't know about you, but I'm just getting having to get my head around how long this is going on for, and it's definitely strange. But at the same time, I feel like I'm getting a little bit more used to it now. The idea of what we can do, having to think a bit outside the box for keeping entertained. But I'm kind of getting there with that now. I have to say, hair is a bit of a mess. It would be nice to go to the hairdresser at some point, and definitely when this is all done, I think I'll be making a trip there. I love the attitude of my daughter Anaya. She's putting on a party dress every day. When I talked to her about this, she was like, well, if you can't go to any parties, I'm going to make every day a party day. And actually, I think that's a really lovely attitude to have. I don't know if you've been like me, being a bit slobbing around lately because not getting out anywhere. But actually, I'm feeling quite inspired by Anaya, and maybe I'll make a little bit more effort over the next little while to get up and really get ready every day. Other things I've noticed, walking has never felt so good. Actually, going out for a walk each day, which, we're obviously allowed to do, it's definitely helping me cope with this. And I do recommend to you to get out of your house and go for a little walk, even if it feels a bit boring and you're going around the same route. It does do something for your mental health and your physical health, getting out and about. So if you haven't been doing that, I totally recommend it. Do get out and enjoy just walking around outside, or getting on your bikes as well. That's really good. I've also I've never been so thankful for my family. Actually, I'm really enjoying spending time with them. It's really wonderful having this extra time together. Although on the flip side of that, actually, I mean, I'm a real people person. I like being around people, but it is quite intense being around your family 24/7, no break. And I think I'm realising that actually we all need to plan a little bit of time where we have some space, and maybe that's a good thing for you to do as well. Like, have your family time where you're all together, but also plan in those times where you have a little bit of space for yourself as well. Because that is really important, and it prevents those relationships getting too strained, I think, as well, because they're more likely to get strained the more you're on top of each other all the time. So if you can, plan a bit of you time into the day. I've noticed that it's kind of impacting on relationships a little bit. It's great. I love the fact that we can still meet together on Friday, for example, using Zoom. I've been doing that with family members and with some of our friends as well, and that's really, really good, and really helpful, I think, in helping us to kind of cope with not seeing each other. However, I have noticed it is a little bit different, and even just phone calls and things, it's not just hanging out together, is it? One thing that Jamie and I have done, which we've really enjoyed, is actually we've set up some Zoom calls with friends, where we haven't just sat and chatted. We've played games and things. So for example, I've got a really good friend in Leicester, and we've been playing Articulate with them, and it's been lovely because it just is more like hanging out. And yes, we can talk, and yes, we can catch up as well. But it just means that we are just hanging out and having fun as well. So perhaps that's my challenge to you as well. Maybe you can find some ways to hang out with your friends. Maybe your parents can help you set up some things like that, where you can play games or just hang out, where you're not just sitting and talking, but you're actually having fun. You're able to do other things that just help build those relationships, and also just take the pressure off just having to chat about coronavirus all the time. I think fun is so important. So if you haven't already, get doing that with some of your friends. See, you can look online for some ideas, but like I say, it worked. Articulate worked for us. I think it helps if both of you have the same game. That kind of helps. So see what your friends have and see if you can plan in some fun with them. I just want to say as well, that actually, even though we're around our families a lot more, it can be a time, I think, when we can feel lonely. And if you are feeling lonely, I just want to encourage you that, well, you're not alone. You're not alone. And actually, somebody better than anybody knows you, and that is God. And God never leaves us. He's actually said loads of times in the Bible, he promises that he will never leave us, and he won't he won't go away. He won't, coronavirus doesn't mean that God can't have contact with you. Actually, God is with you all the time, and it's really important to hang on to that, because even with social media, and even with family around you, there may be times when you do feel a bit alone. And I would encourage you to really go to God with that and kind of go, actually, I need you with me, God, during those times. I think finally, I just want you to I would just love you to look after your mental health during this time. I think it is hard. There are aspects of this that are really hard, and I think it's important to acknowledge that, and to be proactive in making sure that you look after yourself. And if you are feeling low, there's a lot of things that you can do to help pick yourself up again. And I don't go it alone. I would suggest that you talk openly with your family about that, and with us as the youth leaders, if you like. And we would really want to support you through that. So. But I think the best way that you can really look after yourself in that is by planning in those fun times with friends and with family, where it isn't just conversation, but where you're doing something else as well, like playing a game or something. And also plan in time with God. This is a great opportunity to spend time with God, really get to know him, really think about where you're at with God, and really work on that, explore God a bit more, think, actually make those times. You just as normal, you will need to make that time to do it, but plan in those times where you really deepen your relationship with God, and you look into the Bible and you listen to him and you pray, and I think those two things will make such a difference to how you get through this time. So I hope that's encouraged you. I really look forward to seeing you again on Friday. So do check in for our Zoom then. And sending lots of love to you all. I hope you're all well. And take care. Bye.